Yeah.
Thank you, Shivani, and everyone. Welcome to I think this is the first meeting in 2021 of Model and Health Club. We've been meeting in the past, and as Shivani said, we talk about health issues, how we can encourage each other, how we can help each other in this very important aspect of our lives. So before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Manish Kumar, and I work as Director of Product Management. Now, the question would be, especially for people who are new to the group or joined for the first time today, why am I talking about health and nutrition? And this is a very personal journey for me. Uh, Many years back, I suffered or started suffering from back pain. And along with that, I had hypertension, I became overweight, and faced significant health issues. And what happened was I visited doctors, I saw a number of therapists, but there was no way to get out of it. It became a vicious cycle. What I realized was that the only way to get out of this situation is to understand on my own what is going on and how can I figure out ways to get out of this I would say mess that I was in. So I did a lot of research. I read a lot of books. Any seminar or webinar I could attend, I did that. Any research material I could find on, human physiology, exercise, nutrition, I went through that. And I realized that two things are critical. One is proper nutrition and the other is regular exercise. And with that, I was able to transform at least myself. It took a while, it took a few years, but I was able to transform myself from someone who had severe back pain, blood pressure issues, to someone who is reasonably fit at this point. My weight is under control, and I don't take any medications. I don't take any, BP pills, which I used to take, at one point in my life. So with this, I want to share this knowledge that I gained with all my, you know, uh, people in Model N and also outside Model N. So whoever faces similar issues, works in front of the computer, has health-related issues at a relatively young age in life. So I just want to share my experiences and hopefully, help out anyone who is in need and wants to get that help. With that, let's jump on to the next slide. What is the MNI Health Club? It's a group of like-minded individuals who are interested in improving our health, and we meet on a regular basis. We share ideas, we share recipes. We talk a lot about nutrition also, and what is good food and what is not good food, and we support each other. We also have a WhatsApp group where we share ideas, we share our progress, we share whatever exercise we did, so that each one of us can move in the right direction. It does not have to be fast, but it has to be the right direction. So that's why I've highlighted slow and steady approach. We are not here to do bodybuilding. We are not here to become super athletes. We are not here to run marathons. We're not here to become endurance athletes. But we want to improve our health in a slow and steady manner. So if you guys this is what you are hoping for out of this session, then you are at the right place. If the goal is something else very drastically different, then maybe we need to talk or explore other areas. With that, Shivani and I talked about this last year, that in 2021, we should have, at least for our first few sessions, a very structured approach, and which should cover the basics of health and fitness. And with that, we can follow those up with more ad hoc discussions, sessions where everyone talks about their concerns, their issues, or anything that they want to share. But at least the first 5 sessions can be more structured. So with that, these are the topics that we will cover hopefully in the next month or two. Health resolutions. So why do they fail and what can we do about it? So this is the topic that we'll cover today. Usually you would have seen that people make at the end of the year or on New Year, we make health resolutions which last for a few weeks, but then, dissipate and fizzle away. Weight loss algorithm. So this session we will cover, what works for weight loss and what is the right strategy for losing weight, and what does not work. Uh, Simple tricks and tips, which are very very beneficial in my experience. Then truth about nutrition, right? Carbs, calories, dieting. We keep hearing about this, but how should we approach nutrition? That is an important concern, and we should not make our lives miserable by going on a diet which is not tasty, which is not healthy, and which is not sustainable. Then we'll talk about workouts, very basic exercises which work for everyone, and this is all you'll need to learn about workouts. You don't need very sophisticated specialized equipment, or you don't need uh, you know to go to some place special to work out. You can work out in your home, in a local park. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll talk about the mind body connection and how a healthy mind leads to a healthy. With that, let's jump on to the first topic. Now, why do most health resolutions fail? That I have observed, and I failed personally. I failed a number of times before I could achieve what I wanted to achieve. And the what we need to do about this is make long-term sustainable changes about nutrition and exercise. But is that easy? How can we go about doing that? So you would be, a number of us would be familiar with this. You make your health plans, pay a gym membership, you join a gym, maybe you pay a trainer. Some of us also pay nutritionists. There is that thought that we can skip exercise. We just pay a nutritionist to tell us what to eat. We pursue this for a few weeks, and then motivation drops. So after a while, there is no will, there is no motivation to continue with that exercise plan or the diet that has been suggested to us. And that ends the entire, this health scheme or plan that we had made for a new year. So the point being, we hear that just do it. That theory does not work. We are not superhumans. We are normal individuals, and we just can't think of something, create goals, and then achieve them. The failure is a part of things we try to achieve, and we need to learn how to manage that. This is what we'll talk about in this session. How can we control or manage these cycles of failures better going forward, and hopefully get out of it? So the reason most of us fail in our health and fitness quest is we choose the wrong why. Why are we doing something? What is the goal, or what is our end goal that we want to achieve? And this is the key to success. We need to have we need to figure out the right why, and also understand what are the wrong whys and get out of that. So unless you have a strong enough reason to do something, and that reason is important to you, only then will you be able to move forward in this in this journey. So so this is a typical cycle that happens because we choose the wrong why. So you want to take care of your health, and you maybe start with two goals, which is this area, right? I'm choosing the wrong why, the topmost circle that you see. So maybe my goal is I want to lose 10 kgs in 6 months, or my goal is along with that I want to improve my health. Now, 10 kg in 6 months, it is a measurable goal, but it is a difficult goal. Similarly, improve health. It's a very non-tangible goal. How do you measure health? So these distant and difficult goals are implicitly, they require hard work, right? That's what we are told. If you have to lose 10 kgs, you have to work very hard. You have to exercise hard. You have to change your diet significantly. You have to stop eating most of the good things, and eat stuff that you don't want to eat. As a result of this thought process, right, it has to be really very hard. exercise becomes a punishment. It's something that we have to do or something that we should do instead of something that we want to do. And that is a practical problem that a lot of people who go to the gym face. In the early days, they join the gym with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of hope, but then within the first few weeks they realize that it's really, really tough, and the guidance that they're getting in a gym is something that maybe for a short while is okay, but that working out at that intensity, putting yourself under that much pressure, becomes a punishment. This is something that you don't enjoy. Along with that, food becomes something that you actually start dreading, because you have been put on a diet where there is no, you have been asked to remove rice from your diet, you have been asked to remove roti from your diet, which, in the long run, it doesn't work for us, because that's what we have grown up with, eating rice, dal, roti. Uh, and then, you keep hearing all the fancy things, low carb diets and keto diet and paleo diet and intermittent fasting, and a lot of confusion ensures. So now your motivation is down. These are things that you should do. You don't want to do, but you should do. And then something happens in your life, right? Workload increases, or maybe a kid falls sick. And as soon as that happens, your willpower gives away and you fail. And that all that plan that was put together, it comes to a halt. It's failure. You are demotivated. You don't feel good about yourself. And all of that happened because we chose the wrong why. And I'll talk about that, why this is so important. Uh, the reason is that motivation, if you look at motivation, if you link it to very distant goals like losing 10 kgs in 6 months or getting health benefits, it cannot compete with the daily priorities that I have in my work, in my life. So a kid falls sick, that is always more important than health benefits that I will receive 6 months down the line. Or losing 10 kgs, that's very difficult, and you don't see any benefits. So you're working out in the gym for a month, you don't see any benefits, you'll say this is a useless exercise, it's not benefiting me at all. That is why these distant goals do not benefit you. These are not helping your motivation at all. You need to do something that encourages you from within. So what is the solution? Uh, and what we are trying to do is, how can we get out of this cycle of disappointment, failure, and take care of our health at our own terms, and especially feel good about ourselves and be happy with our lives, with the way we feel, with the way uh, we are able to conduct ourselves, with the way we feel both emotionally, mentally and physically. So how do you do that? Now we'll talk about the why, but before we get into that, this is how habits form, right? We humans are creatures of habit, uh, and habits are formed when we get to the right why, when our reason for doing something is right, when it appeals to us, when it makes us happy. That is the right why. Now, I'll take an example. Habits can be good habits, bad habits. And one of the bad habits is, alcoholism, people who drink too much. Now, what happens is, if you look at this cycle, cue, routine, reward, for an alcoholic, the cue is it's evening time, right? I'm done with my work. So that's the cue. Now I need to do something. It's evening, let me entertain myself. How do I do that? I open up a bottle of alcohol. uh, you know, and that is my routine. I do that almost every evening. But what is my reward? The reward is, feeling high, feeling this state of being disconnected from reality, feeling this, you may call it happiness for that momentarily, few hours. So that is my reward. But the key here is this reward is instant. And that is why, every time I get that cue, it's evening, I open that bottle, and I get my reward. It is instant reward. Now, can you imagine anyone would drink or would be an alcoholic if drinking today, the reward would be 6 months down the line? No one is going to drink if I tell them you'll feel drunk and you'll feel happy 6 months down the line. So the reason some people fall into alcoholism is, they have the right why. We may disagree with them, but their why is, I feel happy, I feel disconnected, and that is what is driving this bad habit. But now we can flip this. What about good habits, right? Everyone knows someone like a grandfather or an uncle who gets up early in the morning, goes for a morning walk each and every day. Now that is a habit, that is a good habit. Now, why does that habit work? Now, the cue is getting up in the morning for this person. And then, their routine is their morning walk. But what is the reward? The reward is, they meet people, they meet their friends, they chit chat. They feel good after that walk. They feel mentally relaxed. They feel physically more active, more energy. So that is the reward. They're getting it day in and day out. Now, if you talk to someone like our grandfather or someone who goes on a walk daily, they will never say, my goal is to lose 10 kgs, or to do this or to do that. It's very very uh, immediate. I do this. I go for a walk because I meet my friends, because I feel good. This just works for me. It's a routine. It has become a routine, and I do that every day of my life. Now, what does that teach us as people who work in software? And we are kind of we don't have these good habits. We need to learn these good habits, and that is why it is important to find the right why for ourselves. So once we do that, getting into a habit would be easy. Now, this one I chose these kids because they look so happy. But the reason is that their why is very immediate. Maybe they just met after a while, or maybe they just got some candy. They're very happy. So we need to stop choosing the wrong whys why we exercise. We need to come to think of immediate gratification. So instead of thinking long term, something will happen 6 months down the line or 1 year down the line. Think of immediate gratification. How do you feel after you exercise? Do you feel mentally relaxed? Do you feel physically more energized? Do you feel happy at the end of the day? uh, you went for a morning walk or did some other physical activity. Do you feel at the end of the day that you had a better day? That analysis is very easy. That is short term, right? That we can do on a daily basis. It's not a distant dream of losing 10 kgs in 6 months. Similarly, food, right? If you have healthy dinner, do you feel, maybe less bloating, or do you feel lighter that day? So that is an analysis that we can do every day, and we can ask that question ourselves. So these are things that this is an immediate reward that we get. So this is what I mean by this right why. Instead of choosing distant long-term goals, you have to replace your weight loss goals with something that will work for you right away, where the results will be available right away. So you know and the other thing that we need to understand is there is a lot of marketing hype. There is a lot of marketing around nutrition. There is a lot of marketing around health and fitness industry. But we need to choose an activity that we really like. And it does not have to be going to a gym. It can be an activity like going for a walk to a local park, or just walking in your neighborhood, or if you live in an apartment complex, you can go for a walk there. The point being, every physical movement counts. I mean, what we are traditionally told is that you have to exercise in a certain way, you have to do this, you have to lift weights, you have to work under a coach. That is all fine, if that is what you want to do. But if not, then the point to remember is every physical movement counts. And you don't have to lose 10 kgs to have health benefits or to get health benefits. That first walk that you go for, or that first healthy meal that you have, that immediately starts giving you health benefits. Internally, your body is thanking you, and it will all add up. For example, I mean, I'll take a very simple example. If you buy vegetables, right? If you just switch from driving to buy vegetables and do that 10-minute walk from your home to the local market, if you do that every other day of the year, you're talking of 180 days where you walk. And if it's just a walk of 1 kilometer, right? So that is, it adds up to what, 180 kilometers. That is a lot of compound interest that you're getting. It's like compounding. So if you do that every day, it keeps adding. You have the right why, right? In this case, my why is I want to get the right food for myself. I want to get healthy vegetables. To do that, I will walk to this place every day, and that that adds up. So it does not have to be something really complex. With that, uh, what I would like to stress on is that small changes go a long way. We don't have to make drastic changes in our nutrition. We don't have to make drastic changes in the way we exercise. Small changes are good enough. For example, keep moving, the walk example that I gave. And effective exercise, it does not take too much time. It does not require specialized equipment. It does not require specialized diets. What you need to do is pick something that you like. Before that, pick the right why. Think short term. Don't think of very long term goals, which are even difficult to imagine if you'll ever get there. Think short term. Think how you feel after you exercise, and then pick something that you love. Maybe a walk, maybe cycling, maybe swimming, maybe uh, if you have a home where there is a garden, maybe gardening. So that is all you need to do. All with that, just be consistent. Now, these are some simple changes that we can think about making in our lives around nutrition, and I'm very confident that we will get the health benefits that we are looking for. Now, that's all I have for today. But we have these weekly health club meetings. Do join them. What I'll do is I'll share my number, which is, if you send me a message, I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. And along with that, we also have some, a common document where you can share ideas, what you would like to cover on these health group sessions. Once you are done with these 5 sessions, we'll have more kind of impromptu kind of discussions on this. But again, welcome to the health club, and we'll see you next time, and we'll continue this discussion. Thank you. Any questions? I know we just have a couple of minutes left, but any questions at this time?
Nothing, I think, Manish. I think from my end, it was interesting. I think for 2021, it gives a boost for sure. And for everyone else, I think Manish, you can share that number,
Yep.
and yeah, and so that we can probably all just reply to that same email, because everyone's copied out there, and whoever is interested can respond to you directly, and they can be added to that group.
Yeah, I'll do that definitely. And, let's meet next time. I think we're meeting in 2 weeks, right? Or
Yes, it's a bi-weekly thing. Yeah. Mhm.
okay, sounds good. If there are no questions, we can end this session today and meet week after next.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Manish.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Manish. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Manish.
Thanks, Manish.
Thanks, Manish.